Hello, fans! In the ever-twisting world of ABC's General Hospital, where secrets simmer beneath the surface of Port Charles and alliances shift like sand, fans have been on the edge of their seats with the latest bombshell storyline involving Jason Morgan. The stoic enforcer, played with brooding intensity by Steve Burton, has embarked on a clandestine investigation that could upend everything we thought we knew about the dearly departed doctor. Britt Westburn. Suspecting that Britt might have faked her death to escape the dangers of her tumultuous life, Jason delves into her medical records, only to unearth a jaw-dropping family secret. Nina Reeves, not the villainous Liesl Obrecht, is Britt's biological mother. This plot twist, unfolding in recent episodes, has sent shockwaves through the soap opera community, blending high-stakes drama with emotional depth. Let's break it down, spoiler alert included, as we explore how this revelation is reshaping the canvas of General Hospital, Britt's death, and the lingering doubts. To understand the gravity of Jason's suspicions, we must rewind to Britt Westburn's tragic exit from the show. Portrayed by the talented Kelly Thibault, Britt was a complex character, a brilliant doctor with a checkered past, entangled in schemes orchestrated by her mother, Liesl Obrecht Kathleen Gotti, and her late father, the notorious Caesar Faison. Her storyline culminated in a heart-wrenching battle with Huntington's disease, a genetic condition inherited from Faison, which added layers of vulnerability to her tough exterior. In a poignant arc, Britt succumbed to the illness, or so it seemed, leaving behind a legacy of love, loss, and unfinished business, particularly with her on-again, off-again flame, Jason. But in the soap world, death is rarely final. Whispers of Britt's survival began circulating among fans after subtle clues in recent episodes, cryptic mentions of unexplained medical anomalies, shadowy figures lurking in Port Charles General Hospital, and Jason's unshakable intuition. Jason, fresh from his own brushes with mortality and resurrections, isn't one to accept things at face value. His bond with Britt was profound. She was one of the few who truly understood his isolated existence. Motivated by grief, loyalty, and perhaps a flicker of hope, Jason starts piecing together anomalies in her final days. Why did her body vanish so quickly? Were there inconsistencies in the autopsy reports? These questions propel him into a risky endeavor, hacking into confidential medical records, enlisting the help of tech-savvy allies like Spinelli Bradford Anderson to bypass hospital security. Jason's perilous search for answers. Jason's investigation is a masterclass in suspense, blending noir detective vibes with the high drama of daytime TV. Sneaking through the dimly lit corridors of General Hospital under the cover of night, Jason accesses Britt's files, evading nosy nurses and security guards. What he finds isn't just evidence of a possible faked death-forged documents suggesting Britt orchestrated her own disappearance to start anew. Perhaps fleeing the threats from her family's criminal ties or seeking a cure for her disease in secret. But the real bombshell explodes when Jason stumbles upon sealed adoption records buried deep in her medical history. These records reveal that Britt was not born to Liesl Obrecht as previously believed. Instead, they point to Nina Reeves' Cynthia Watrous as her biological mother. The documents detail a clandestine birth hidden from the world, with Liesl stepping in as a surrogate or adoptive figure to protect the child from Nina's turbulent life at the time. Nina, known for her own roller coaster of maternal revelation shaving, discovered her twins Nell Benson and Willow Tate after years of believing she was childless, now faces the possibility of another long-lost daughter. This twist ties into Nina's backstory of coma-induced amnesia and manipulation by her mother, Madeline Reeves, who orchestrated the theft of Nina's children. The revelation hits Jason like a freight train. Not only does it confirm his suspicions about Britt's survival, hints in the records suggest she might be in hiding, undergoing experimental treatments abroad, but it also forces him to confront the web of lies that has ensnared Port Charles' elite. Jason, ever the protector, grapples with whether to share this information, revealing it could endanger Britt if she's indeed alive, but keeping it secret means allowing Liesl's deception to persist. The maternal bombshell, Nina versus Liesl. At the heart of this storyline is the explosive maternal switcheroo. Liesl Obrecht has long been portrayed as Britt's fiercely protective, if morally ambiguous, mother. Their relationship was a highlight of the show, marked by Liesel's over-the-top villainy tempered by genuine affection for her daughter. Liesel's schemes often revolved around safeguarding Britt, from covering up crimes to supporting her through illness. But if Nina is the true biological parent, it reframes everything. Was Liesel's involvement a selfless act or a calculated power play? Fans speculate that Liesel might have stolen Britt from Nina during her vulnerable years, perhaps as revenge or to fulfill her own desires for a family after losing her son Nathan. Nina, on the other hand, embodies the archetype of the redeemed anti-heroine. Her journey from vengeful schemer to a woman seeking redemption has been compelling, especially in her relationships with Sonny Corinthos Morris Bernard and her grandchildren. Learning she has another daughter could be a double-edged sword, a chance for more family bonds, but also a reminder of the pain inflicted by her past. Imagine the confrontations ahead, Nina facing off against Liesel in a battle of maternal claims, with Britt caught in the middle if she returns. This plot echoes classic soap tropes, like those in Days of Our Lives or The Young and the Restless, where hidden parentage drive decades of drama. The implications ripple outward. For Jason, this discovery deepens his emotional arc, potentially reigniting his romance with Britt and complicating his loyalties to Nina, who's entangled in the Corinthos family dynamics. Carly Spencer Laura Wright, Jason's best friend and ex, might see this as another threat to her world, given her fraught history with Nina. And what about Britt herself? If alive, her return could mean confronting her true heritage, battling her disease, and navigating the fallout of faking her death. Thibault's potential comeback would be a fan favorite, injecting fresh energy into the show. Fun reactions and future speculations. The General Hospital fandom has erupted online, with social media buzzing about this twist. Hashtags like Britislav and 9aism trend as viewers dissect clues from past episodes. Some praise the writers for cleverly retrofitting Britt's backstory, tying it to Nina's established lore without feeling forced. Others worrying it might dilute Liesel's iconic role, but most agree it sets up epic confrontations. This is peak soap opera gold, one fan tweeted. Jason playing detective. Nina with another kid. Sign me up. Looking ahead, episodes airing in the coming weeks as of this writing on August 2nd, 2025 promise more revelations. Will Jason track down Britt in some exotic locale? How will Nina react when confronted with the truth? Liesel's inevitable rage could lead to explosive schemes, perhaps targeting Nina or even Jason. The show's executive producer, Frank Valentini, has teased family secrets that will change everything, hinting at crossovers with other Port Charles storylines, like the ongoing Casa Dini intrigue or Willow's health battles. Next, we will dive into the escalating drama surrounding Willow Tate and the possibility that her fragile mental state might lead her straight to Ferncliff if Drew Kane decides to stir the pot with some calculated mind games. In the ever-twisting world of Port Charles, Willow Tate finds herself teetering on the brink of emotional collapse, especially after her recent brushes with heartbreak and betrayal. Fans will recall that in the episode aired on July 30th, Willow appeared to regain a sliver of composure, almost as if a brief respite from Drew Kane's influence had worked wonders on her psyche. It's astonishing how a single day away from toxic entanglements can restore a sense of normalcy. But let's not overlook the deeper scars that still linger. Imagine the weight of her past traumas, the gut-wrenching moment she discovered she'd lost custody of her beloved children, Wiley and Amelia Corinthos, which sent shockwaves through her life. That devastating blow wasn't just a legal setback. It triggered a full-blown emotional spiral, landing her in the hospital for an extended stay where doctors monitored her every move. Adding to this turbulent history is the unsettling episode where Willow resorted to stalking young Daisy Gilmore, a desperate act born from her overwhelming fear of losing everything she holds dear. These aren't isolated incidents, but pieces of a larger puzzle showing Willow's vulnerability. Fast forward to the chaos of July 29th, when she dramatically called off her wedding to Drew right at the altar, leaving guests stunned and her own heart in tatters. In a haze of regret and confusion, she showed up unannounced at Carly Spencer's doorstep, pleading for a chance to reconnect with her kids through Michael Corinthos. It was Carly, ever the no-nonsense figure, who intervened with a tough love approach, literally pulling Willow in front of a mirror to confront the disheveled, frantic version of herself staring back. This raw reflection served as a wake-up call, highlighting how her erotic behavior could inflict lasting trauma on innocent Wiley and Amelia, who deserve stability amid the adult chaos. Willow's actions had veered into uncharted territory of desperation, painting her as someone on the verge of losing all control. With her emotions already frayed like a worn-out thread, one more provocation bit from Drew or an unexpected twist could be the final push that sends her plummeting over the edge. In such a scenario, concerned loved ones or even medical professionals might deem it necessary to intervene, suggesting a therapeutic retreat to Ferncliff Asylum to prevent her from harming herself or others. This isn't just speculation. It's a pattern we've seen before in Port Charles, where characters like Willow often need professional help to rebuild their shattered minds. But what exactly might tip Willow into this downward spiral? Enter Drew Kane, whose motives remain as murky as the Quartermain family secrets. Spoilers hint that Drew could be plotting a cunning strategy, perhaps not out of lingering affection, but a thirst for retribution after the public humiliation at the altar. Picture this: Drew, armed with insider knowledge, decides to exploit Willow's weaknesses in a bid to either win her back or exact revenge. He might whisper veiled threats or manipulate situations to keep her off balance, turning their shared history into a weapon. Yet, revenge seems the more plausible angle, given the sting of rejection. Willow's mental fortitude is already hanging by a thread, and Drew's potential gains could unravel it completely. Inventing new layers to this intrigue, imagine if Drew starts by subtly reminding Willow of their passionate past through anonymous notes or chance encounters, only to pull back and reveal his true intentions. This cat-and-mouse dynamic would amplify her anxiety, especially as she navigates the fallout from her impulsive decisions. In the broader context of General Hospital storytelling, characters like Drew often evolve from heroes to anti-heroes, and this shift could portray him as a calculated antagonist, forcing Willow to question her sanity anew. If he pushes too far, Willow's response might not be measured. It could erupt into a public outburst or a private breakdown, echoing her previous meltdowns but with higher stakes. The show's writers have a knack for building tension through psychological warfare, and this arc could explore themes of forgiveness versus vendetta, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats wondering if Willow's resilience will hold or shatter under the pressure. Delving deeper into the catalyst for such a snap, it's crucial to consider Drew's ace up his sleeve, his awareness of Willow's secretive stalking of Daisy Gilmore. This isn't just idle gossip. It's a bombshell that could detonate Willow's carefully rebuilt life. Spoilers suggest Drew might resort to blackmail, dangling the threat of exposure like a sword over her head. With the all-important visitation rights hearing looming in October, a date that's circled in red on every fan's calendar, Willow is acutely aware that any scandal could seal her fate, permanently barring her from Wiley and Amelia. Envision the terror in her eyes as Drew corners her in a quiet moment, his voice low and menacing, promising to spill the beans unless she complies with his demands. But here's where it gets intriguing. The irony of Drew's plan lies in its potential futility. In the skeptical world of Port Charles, where alliances shift like sand, few might take his word at face value without concrete proof. Evidence could be tricky, perhaps a blurry photo from a security camera or a witness statement, but spoilers indicate it's a 50-50th shot at best. Drew might need to dig deeper, maybe enlisting an unlikely ally like Nina Reeves to corroborate his claims, adding a fresh layer of betrayal to the mix. Yet, for Willow, the mere whisper of exposure in her current fragile state adds so intrinsically to her role as a mother could ignite a catastrophic meltdown. This isn't about logic, it's about raw fear amplifying her paranoia. Inventing a new element. Suppose Willow starts experiencing vivid nightmares where her children are taken away forever, blurring the lines between reality and delusion, further eroding her grip. Such a reaction might manifest in erratic behaviors, like frantic pleas to Michael or even confrontations with Daisy herself, drawing unwanted attention from authorities. In this heightened emotional landscape, a commitment to Ferncliff wouldn't be far-fetched. It could be positioned as a compassionate step toward healing, allowing Willow to undergo intensive therapy sessions focused on her abandonment issues and impulse control. General Hospital has a history of sensitively handling mental health storylines, and this could provide Willow with character growth, emerging stronger, perhaps even reconciling with Drew in an unexpected twist. As we ponder Willow's trajectory, the question looms large. Is she truly destined for a mental health rehab stint at Ferncliff? The signs point to a precarious path, where one wrong move from Drew could cascade into irreversible consequences. Her journey underscores the soap's exploration of human fragility, reminding us that even the strongest characters can crack under pressure. Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital for more spoilers, as this storyline promises twists that could redefine relationships in Port Charles. What do you think? Will Willow hold it together? Or is Ferncliff calling her name? Next, we will uncover the thrilling array of at least 5 major surprises set to unfold in August, promising a whirlwind of confessions, tangled romances, and unexpected twists that will keep Port Charles buzzing with drama. As the summer heat intensifies in Port Charles, ABC General Hospital is gearing up to deliver a cascade of jaw-dropping developments that will redefine relationships and unearth long-buried secrets. Spoilers tease that viewers are in for a treat with a lineup of heartfelt admissions and intricate love stories that weave through the lives of fan-favorite characters. From budding affections to rekindled flames and risky temptations, August is poised to be a month of high-stakes emotional roller coasters. Imagine the anticipation building as characters confront their deepest desires, leading to moments that could either forge unbreakable bonds or shatter fragile alliances. Adding a fresh layer to this excitement, whispers from the set suggest that these surprises might intersect with ongoing mysteries, like the lingering shadows of past betrayals or hidden agendas from shadowy figures, amplifying the soap's signature blend of romance and intrigue. Whether it's young hearts navigating first loves or seasoned veterans grappling with forbidden attractions, the episodes ahead promise to explore the complexities of human connection in ways that resonate deeply with audiences. Stay glued to your screens, as these developments could spark chain reactions, influencing everything from family dynamics to courtroom battles, ensuring that no corner of Port Charles remains untouched by the drama. Kicking off the surprises, Emma Scorpio Drake is about to bare her soul to her close confidant Trina Robinson regarding her evolving feelings for Giovanni Gio Palmieri. While Emma has cherished the easygoing friendship she's built with Gio, complete with shared laughs over coffee runs and late-night chats about their dreams, her emotions have blossomed into something far more profound and romantic. Picture Emma, her voice trembling with vulnerability, finally admitting this truth during a quiet moment at Kelly's diner, where the aroma of fresh pies adds a touch of normalcy to the charged conversation. Trina, ever the supportive friend with her own history of romantic ups and downs, might respond with encouragement, gently urging Emma to take the leap and express her heart to Gio directly. Inventing a new element to heighten the stakes, perhaps Trina shares a personal anecdote from her time with Spencer Casadini, illustrating how honesty transformed her own love life, inspiring Emma to envision a future filled with picnics in the park and stolen glances at social gatherings. Given that Gio likely harbors mutual affection even in his lingering smiles and thoughtful gestures, Trina could step into the role of a clever matchmaker, offering practical advice like suggesting a casual outing to the Port Charles waterfront to set the stage for a confession. This subplot not only highlights the freshness of young love, but also ties into broader themes of self-discovery as Emma navigates her identity amid the Scorpio Drake legacy, potentially leading to a sweet, slow-burn romance that fans have been rooting for. Shifting gears to a more intense dynamic, Sonny Corinthos is on the verge of forging an unforeseen bond with ADA Justine Turner, a connection that defies their history of clashing ambitions and courtroom rivalries. Despite the palpable tension that had simmered between them, like heated exchanges in the district attorney's office where accusations fly and tempers flare, there's an undeniable undercurrent of attraction waiting to ignite. Spoilers indicate a pivotal close encounter where Sonny and Justine find themselves alone, perhaps during a late-night stackout related to one of Sonny's shadowy dealings, allowing vulnerability to surface amid the city's neon glow. This moment could fan the sparks into a roaring flame, raising questions about whether they'll succumb to a passionate kiss under the stars or even escalate to an intimate rendezvous in a discreet hotel suite. To add inventive depth, imagine Justine grappling with her professional ethics, torn between her duty to uphold the law and the magnetic pull of Sonny's charismatic intensity, which reminds her of her own rebellious past. Sonny, fresh off his own emotional turmoils, might see in Justine a kindred spirit who challenges him intellectually, leading to late-night confessions about his regrets over lost loves like Carly. This unexpected pairing could evolve into a complicated affair, blending elements of danger and desire, and might even influence ongoing legal battles, such as those involving the Corinthos Empire, forcing both characters to question where their loyalties truly lie. In another electrifying turn, Jason Morgan is set to hunt down Britt Westburn, paving the way for a breathtaking reunion that echoes their shared history of defying death itself. Both having clawed their way back from the brink, from his presumed demise in a tunnel collapse, and Britt from her own mysterious end tied to medical experiments, their paths crossing again promises a flood of revelations. Envision Jason tracking her to a secluded research lab on the outskirts of Port Charles, where the hum of scientific equipment sets the scene for an intense catch-up session. They'll delve into the intricacies of Britt's groundbreaking work, perhaps involving cutting-edge treatments for rare diseases that could tie into the hospital's latest storylines. And she recount the harrowing tale of her survival, complete with narrow escapes from shadowy pursuers. Adding a new inventive twist, Jason might discover that Britt's research inadvertently connects to his own past missions with the WSB, uncovering a hidden alliance that could pull them into a joint adventure against a common foe. Their legendary chemistry, once a spark of Forbidden's passion amid danger, is expected to reignite with explosive force, potentially leading to steamy encounters that remind viewers why this duo was always a fan favorite. This reunion not only revives old flames, but also explores themes of redemption and second chances, as Jason and Britt confront how their deaths reshape their perspectives on love and loyalty. Meanwhile, temptation brews between Curtis Ashford and his ex-wife Jordan Ashford, as they find themselves drawn into uncomfortably intimate situations that test the boundaries of their post-divorce relationship. With Curtis currently committed to Portia Robinson, this resurgence of old feelings could spell betrayal, especially as Jordan and Curtis share charged moments, like a confidential meeting at the Metro Court where whispered secrets and lingering touches blur professional lines. Spoilers hint at scenarios where their proximity becomes too much to ignore, perhaps collaborating on a high-stakes investigation involving Port Charles' underbelly, forcing them to rely on each other in ways that evoke memories of their passionate marriage. Inventing an additional element, Curtis might experience flashbacks to their wedding day during a tense stackout, heightening the internal conflict as he weighs his stable life with Portia against the adrenaline-fueled connection with Jordan. This growing allure could culminate in a near-miss betrayal, leaving Curtis at a crossroads and potentially fracturing his current relationship, while Jordan confronts her own unresolved emotions. The storyline delves into the soap's classic motif of exes who can't stay apart, promising drama that ripples through the Ashford family and beyond. Finally, Jenz and Lucy are ready to address the elephant in the room, ceasing their playful evasion of the mutual attraction that's been building like a slow-simmering pot. Both characters, with their bold personalities, Lucy's entrepreneurial flair and Sidwell's enigmatic charm, will openly acknowledge the sparks flying between them. Perhaps during a glamorous event at the Quartermain mansion where champagne flows and candid conversations ensue. They'll weigh the pros and cons of pursuing a full-fledged romance, considering factors like Lucy's history of whirlwind affairs and Sidwell's mysterious background that might involve international intrigue. To invent a new dimension, imagine Lucy confiding in a friend like Maxie Jones about her butterflies, leading to advice that encourages her to embrace this chance at happiness, while Sidwell reflects on how Lucy's vivacity has thawed his guarded heart. This confession could propel them toward couple status, complete with romantic dates and public appearances that stir jealousy among exes, adding layers of complication to Port Charles' social scene. ABC General Hospital spoilers assure that August will overflow with captivating excitement, so keep watching for the latest on these unfolding sagas. What surprises are you most excited about? Share your thoughts below.